Yeah.
Right there, and it's time for Colin 60s Suttons. You know the score. It is a massive football club and a club that Brendan Rodgers manages. And let's bring in Leicester fan Jamie Thorpe, and from my West Ham, it's Nigel Kahn. How are you both?
Your West Ham.
Yeah.
Very good, thank you guys. How are you?
Good. Hello.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
So, Jamie, Nigel, you know the score. I'll press the bell when we've had enough of you. Hit that klaxon.
Is there a klaxon? I mean, the production there's just a klaxon button.
Wait for the klaxon.
Here we go. I'm sure you'll get there. Try and work it out.
Hit that klaxon.
Here we go.
There
we got there in the end.
Nigel, will West Ham finish in the top 4?
We've got as good a chance as we have in previous seasons. The teams behind us have got games in hand.
Come on, Nigel. Will West Ham? Will they finish in the top 4?
Why not?
Because they won't.
It's there for us to do it.
No, they're not going to do it. They're not going to, Nigel. Come on.
Well, who's going to finish ahead of them then, Rob?
Spurs, Arsenal, Man United.
Spurs won't finish above us. I can't see Man United doing it, so it's all down to Arsenal.
Better managerial record, Brendan Rodgers or David Moyes, Jamie?
Well, ultimately, Moyes, he's done a great job at the clubs he's been at, some of them, but he's ultimately won nothing. Sacked at United, sacked at Sociedad, sacked at Sunderland. Rodgers, on the other hand, 7 titles in 3 years.
Yeah,
FA Cup at Leicester,
in Scotland.
2 top 6 finishes. It's got to be.
Chris won trophies in Scotland.
Well, and in England, the Premier League.
Oh yeah, good point.
You could only dream of that.
And in the first FA Cup as well, Robbie. I mean, you've got to. That's got to count for something.
Nigel.
Yep.
Well, all Rodgers has got over Moyes, really, in a proper league, is the FA Cup. But Moyes has done it longer in the Premier League than Rodgers has. Rodgers didn't really do any that well, did he? Watford, Reading, done well at Swansea.
Finished second at Liverpool.
Second for Liverpool, is that good?
Yeah, but at Liverpool, he's going to do it. He's the only living Liverpool manager to lose to West Ham at Anfield. That's pretty shameful, isn't it?
Managed one of the biggest clubs in the world, Glasgow Celtic. Won every trophy in front of him.
He didn't even have Rangers to beat, did he? He only had Celtic to beat.
That's a bit
when
harsh.
When Rangers turned up, he had it on his toes back to England.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Chris, you have the deciding vote, Chris.
Clearly, Brendan Rodgers.
No, it ain't clearly. Rodgers has only won the FA Cup in England. Moyes hasn't.
Go on, Nigel. Nigel, you're all over him, Nigel.
They both won the Charity Shield. Yeah.
Nigel.
What's Rodgers done apart from that?
Nigel, is football not about winning?
Oh, it is.
Trophies? Is it not about trophies? I mean,
it is about trophies. But you're saying comparing the record. Look at his record. He's won one more trophy than
No, he hasn't because you're discounting the trophies in Scotland. Come on.
You can't count it when Rangers aren't even there. He didn't have Rangers to beat. It was just a one-off.
I think I think I'm right in saying, Nigel, if you look back, I think Brendan Rodgers on numerous occasions walloped Rangers.
Nigel, all over him.
Carry on, though, Nigel.
Well, look, it's David Moyes.
I know West Ham aren't used to winning trophies, Nigel, but Brendan Rodgers is.
We've got a good catalogue, as I'll come to later, but I mean...
Right. There we go, there's the bell. Better central midfielder, Kante or Rice, Jamie?
Kante doesn't play.
He has,
though. Yeah, but he doesn't. Wow.
Look, Rice has got enormous potential, but you're talking about a man who's won the Premier League, Champions League, Europa League, Super League, World Cup, and made a massive difference in every single team he's been in. He was one of the main man in a title-winning side at Leicester. He's a humble bloke. He goes about his business. He's set the standard, the gold standard for being a defensive midfielder in the Premier League. Every single defensive midfielder, he's the yardstick that you're compared to. Rice, don't get me wrong, amazing potential, but you can't compare the two at the minute. He's on the way, but N'Golo Kante has got to be the man.
Nigel.
Yeah.
Kante's a great player. It's hard to compare them because they're at different stages of the career. I'd like to see what I think when Declan Rice's career's over.
Kante or Rice, Nigel?
Kante's gone.
Kante or
Rice for me.
What? Rice over Kante?
Come on, Nigel. You're having a nightmare.
When you look at where Rice is now, to when Kante was 23, I think Rice is better than him. And we'll go on. Kante did well. He was at Leicester. He's gone to Chelsea. He's got his injury problems now.
Well, here's one for you. Well, Rice is not going to win the Premier League, the Champions League and the World Cup if he stays at West Ham, is he?
Are you still there, Nige?
No.
Nige?
Yeah, no.
You there, Nige?
No.
Nige?
Hang on, can I just? I mean, that's
yeah.
a ridiculous question, isn't it? Why don't we have a current Leicester midfielder rather than Kante? I mean, we could go back in West Ham's history and pluck out other midfielders.
Oh, there's the bear. You can keep one, Nigel. Antonio or Bowen?
I'm keeping Bowen. Ages on Bowen.
Over Antonio?
Yeah, Antonio has done well for us, but his career's coming down. Well, he's in his early 30s, where Bowen's in his mid-20s. Bowen's picking up, starting to get in the goals. Moyes is great at taking wingers and converting them into strikers. He's done it with Arnautovic. He's done it with Antonio. I think he sees Bowen as his next project. So let's see Bowen in a couple of years.
Okay, there we go. There's the bell. There's the bell. Jamie, you can keep one. Barnes or Maddison?
Look, I love Harvey Barnes, local lad, great direct style, but Maddison's ceiling is so high. If he can stay fit and he can be well supported with a good cast around him, I think he can be one of the
There's a lot of ifs
best.
there, isn't there, with Maddison?
There is a lot of ifs.
There's the bell. There's the bell.
He's showing it this season.
Jamie and Nigel, you're managing England. You can pick one. Bowen or Maddison? Jamie?
James Maddison for me. I think he's...
Based on this season?
If you're going on patches of this season, he's had one of his best returns when he came back.
Based on 4 years ago,
Who's been the better player this season? Maddison or Bowen?
Bowen's played in a better performing team, but I think if you're looking at individual games, I still think Maddison's got the nod over Bowen.
Nigel?
Well, it's Bowen all day long. I'll tell you how good Bowen is. When Hull sold him, I think they were 8th. They got relegated. And then he turned up at West Ham. Unfortunately, lockdown, I think, held him back a bit. Since the fans have been back, he's just electric now. He's getting the goals. He's getting the assists.
Oh, there's the bell. There's the bell, Nigel. What about this one? Who's the bigger club, Jamie?
Well, I mean, West Ham, it's been 41 years and 278 days since they last won a trophy. If you're talking current reputation throughout the world, it's got to be Leicester.
No, we didn't. That wasn't the question.
Bigger club.
Who's the bigger club?
Define it. If we're talking now, or then it's Leicester. If we're talking back in the 60s or whenever no one remembers, then we're talking West Ham.
Who's the bigger club, Jamie?
Leicester.
Nigel.
Well, look, it's West Ham, innit? At the end of the day, we have won trophies in the back. We won the FA Cup 64, European Cup Winners' Cup 65. We won the World Cup in 1966, won the FA Cup again 75 and 80. Leicester in the 60s were the eternal runners-up. Yeah, they're good recently, but let's look at the league table. I'm looking a long way down. That's where Leicester are.
There's the bell. Listen, I think you two are the best two we've ever had on Gone in 60 Shots. Next question. Who would be your Valentine, myself or Chris? Jamie.
Oh, I don't think either of us want to answer this one. I mean, if Rodgers is the yardstick for how Chris treats his exes, I don't want to be one of Chris's exes. So, Robbie, I feel like you'll have some great Leicester stories as well. So,
Nigel, you were brilliant tonight, Nigel.
This is a tough one.
You were brilliant tonight, Nigel.
I've had a night out in Leicester, and believe me, it weren't fun. And I've had a night out in Norwich, and it was even worse. that Pixies back in the day. So I'm thinking you can take me to Macclesfield and watch a game.
Oh, go on. Oh. I tell you what, Nigel, was that your first time on this?
On this,
yeah, brilliant, Nigel. Right,
I hope you enjoyed it. Brilliant. Your last time as well.
Right then. Score prediction for tomorrow, Jamie.
I'm feeling brave. Let's go 3-2 to Leicester, purely as I want to hear Nigel's reaction.
Nigel.
Well, there's always goals in it, and there are scoring games. I'm going 3-1 West Ham.
And where can we see your stuff, Jamie?
On Twitter at Thorpey54.
Nigel?
More Than Just a Podcast and 6foot2.co.uk.
And Chris, who won that one?
Oh, draw?
No.
Can I have
no.
I'm going to say Jamie. Just one. I like Nige, but he talked some rubbish, didn't he, Nige?
Listen, Jamie, Nigel, we'll have you both back on, no doubt, before the end of the season. Thank you so much. Right.